I'm John Rentz. I'm a business here in Anchorage, Alaska. I've been an investor of Alaska Financial for about 6 years. I've had an excellent experience with them. They're good people, which is the start of any relationship. They give thorough information. I find that they're prompt with their administration and very available by phone, which in this world is a treat. I discovered them kind of through a back door. I got to know the individuals first. As a matter of fact, one of the founders, Toby Preston, and I were involved in community service in a small town, Girdwood, Alaska. And after a number of years went by, really, we kind of shared what we did, and I became interested in Alaska Financial, thinking about it, something that might fit into our own investment strategy. I decided to invest in it because after looking at our total situation and our age, it seemed like it would fit into our future investment plans pretty well. I'll say that the reason is that it's a little bit of a different investment. It's a little outside of the stock and the bond conventional options that most of us have available to us. And it's even a little different from the REITs in a sense that most of your REITs, your real estate investments, you depend upon the cash flow generated by the users of the hotels or the renters of the real estate or the office. And even though they're real estate related and the investment is underpinned by the value of the real estate, you're actually receiving the income that is as caused by the loans that are involved here. So it's not the kind of investment that's easy to purchase. And in a world where there's a lot of uncertainty, I felt that a portion of our investment could realistically be put into this. I think for most people, what you have to do is you have to decide, does this fit into your investment strategy? That's absolutely critical. And I would also say that it's very important to make sure that you, with any investment, you have to have the right balance. You should always decide what percentage is appropriate for you. Generally, it's going to be an investment that a person who wants higher yield, you're not going to be able to generate capital gains through this. It's not like a stock. One of the advantages of it is that it is relatively available. Many of your funds are locked up for a longer period of time. Your funds are available. There are IRA options, but most of us are in the taxable accounts, and that's another consideration. Taxes are not an insignificant issue, and some people would rather go into tax-managed investments. You can inquire about an IRA or some of the retirement type accounts, but that's not the area that we're invested in. We have invested. I actually didn't start an investment until they asked me to be an advisor to their group before I had invested, and that actually impressed me. That it was really a young organization, and they were looking to the future, and that they wanted some of the business folks in Alaska at the time, which were their base, just to be able to provide general information about the economy, comments on their approaches, their materials. And I made an initial investment at that time so I could experience being an investor, and we've added 3 or 4 times since then to build our investment somewhat.
How would you recommend?
See this, yeah.
Great job by that, John.
As far as recommending this, each individual investor has their own unique needs, and I would never recommend it to anybody, frankly, because they got to decide if it fits their needs. I would recommend it to somebody who want a stable, fairly long-term investment. I think the current guarantee would be a 5-year period, and income that an investment that you can get back. There is a limited lock-in period, but you can get it back. It has to fit your overall approach and strategy, and has to be balanced right. You certainly need to make sure that it fits in magnitude, size with the other investments you make. If all those conditions are met, yes, it's a great investment. I think that's probably it. I don't really have anything to say on number 7.
Yeah, thank you. Homer, do you have anything else?
You want to rerun any of it? I think we kind of.
Everything was very good.
Yeah, it was great on my end. Thank you, John. So I appreciate it. Well prepared and made it easy, sir.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's because they got something in bed.
Yeah, I think we got a lot there, John. I think what we'll do is we'll take chunks of it, they'll do a video. And, yeah, because when you elaborate, you said